Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're taking a look at Rakdos Locke Reanimate in Thomas format. So this is an idea that I had the last time I tried Locke, and that is to incorporate the Locke treasure hunter into a Reanimate strategy, because Locke, every time it attacks, it mills cards from both opponent's graveyard and your graveyard, and it also generates treasures, so you can even abuse opponent's cards as well. But the fact that it mills and you can even play things like Reanimate is what makes a Locke really special compared to something like the Barragoyf that can only grab a creature from the graveyard. Speaking of Barragoyf, we are also playing Barragoyf in the same deck, so we have a Locke and Barragoyf attacking, so we're going to be milling a lot, and that is going to put cards in the yard, and hopefully you get Reanimate, and then you can reanimate a creature, which is going to be the whole point with this deck. And since we are playing Entomb, we have things like Saint Delenda, Aatrox in the deck, but in the sideboard, we also have some hate cards. We have a copy of a Sarah's Emissary, which is really good against Dark Depths deck. As long as you call protection from creature, you kind of win the game. And we also have a copy of an Iona against an energy deck. If you reanimate this and call white, most of the games you're going to be able to win instantly. And as per discard spells, we are playing 3 copies of Looting, and we also play 4 copies of Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So if you do happen to draw Saint Delenda, Aatrox, and things like that, you can always just discard with these cards. So yeah, we'll see how this one does. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas Joseph 3 to show you guys how that does. So let's hop on there. Okay, not a bad hand. Not a bad hand. Into an Ancient Tomb. We do have a Deathray Shaman for that. The problem is the moment I play this Barragoyf, they're just going to... Opponent can just kill it. I think I might actually try a different approach. I'm gonna try looting. Okay. I'll pass. I was kind of hoping for something different. Well, I guess I lose if they have a strip mine here. Unfortunate. Alright, let's have a Shelter's Edict. Thoughtseize. Disruptor Flute. Or maybe a Surgical. Maybe Surgical's a bit better. What do we take out? What do we take out here? Be something like this. 2 more cards. Maybe Thoughtseize isn't it. Oh, we got Entomb Reanimate. Sweet. Should I call like Ancient Tomb into Disruptor Flute on... No, that's not gonna work. Oh, that sucks. I was gonna say maybe I should like Disruptor Flute on the Grief, but it's not gonna work because I can't Entomb Reanimate. Man. I'll just call Strip Mine with the Disruptor Flute. Nice. Oh, we're just home free from here. Wow. Okay, the worst hits I've ever seen. Into another Baragoyf. Okay. What if I have, is Magus that bad? I mean, it shuts down opponent's strip mines. Maybe that's actually okay. Yeah, maybe that's okay. Or what, though? Honestly, I'm really not a fan of going down on cards against that deck. It's not bad. We have some removal spells. They got rid of a Fatal Push. I think they might get rid of a Surgical here. Especially if they're holding on to a bunch of strip mines. Really? This is a lot for them to be doing this. They must have another Reanimate then. If so, that kind of sucks actually. No. I mean, that is a Reanimate. That is a Reanimate. I think I just Reanimate the Baragoyf here. Oh, wow. Doesn't seem like they have an Orcish Bowmaster. Also, we have one as well, so I'm going to cast my looting here. Okay, we won. Okay. Instant speed, enchantment, artifact, just everything. We can get out all the cards here. Might even get rid of a Locke for the Grief since I have an Ancient Tomb. Yeah. I'll get rid of a Locke here. Opponent has a strip mine and a dark ritual. So they can dark ritual into grief next turn and then get rid of a Baragoyf. I think I'm just going to get rid of that and play this and pass. They might not go into a dark ritual into strip ancient tomb just so that they can blow up the ancient tomb here. Okay, so opponent decides to do that. Which isn't good because I have double ancient tombs here. Seems like I also need to kind of do this. This is probably the worst case scenario. Opponent has a double strip mines. Okay, Verdant Catacomb, pretty good draw. Wow. I mean, talk about luck. Sometimes lucky. Sometimes lucky. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe sometimes unlucky. Do I want this? I guess it's not bad. Into Baragoyf of their own. I can't really looting here. Locke. A fatal push. That's not bad. Maybe I should have actually tapped the Ancient Tomb for that. Man, so many Reanimates coming out, right? So many Reanimates coming out. You know, speaking of a Reanimate. Speaking of a Reanimate. There we go. Alright, we're gonna do the same sideboarding as last game. We had 2 copies of Disruptor Flutes and Shaldred's Edict. And I had a copy of a Surgical. And I think what I did was I went down on a looting. And a copy of a Grief? And a copy of a Locke? I think I went down on a troll, maybe. Since I'm going second. That's a mulligan. That is also a mulligan. What are these terrible hands that I'm getting? Hideous. Hideous, I say. Seem like they have a surgical. Into an ancient tomb. Ooh, reanimate. I probably want to trade here. Yeah, we'll trade. My hand is kind of stacked. Maybe I should have actually, cycling into a troll. Okay. Alright, I think we probably lost this one. I shouldn't have taken this damage because Sheldrak's Edict doesn't have a say in, you know, where to do that. I guess in case I reanimate... Let's say I get a reanimate into an Aatroxa. Aatroxa is a 7-mana card. I'm taking 4 damage in 2 turns, right? 4 damage in 2 turns. So that's exact lethal, so I actually have to go for Saint Alenda. Yeah, this matchup is very volatile. Just everybody's just going down on cards like multiple, like non-stop. Probably have to shock that in. Into a strip mine. Into another Deathrise Shaman. Well, I think I'll just I guess I lose if they have an Ancient Tomb. Darn. That as well. Alright. I think we're dead. I mean, maybe I should have just... didn't care about the Deathray Shamans and went for the Worry Zone Guard, or maybe I should have just mulliganed for Entomb Reanimate. Well, we do have a Grief Reanimate. Oh, we're going second, though. We are going second. Let's see what opponent has here. Okay, Source of Plowshare. And I'll do that again next turn with the Troll into Reanimate. Seems good. Right, let's attack. I am actually taking quite a bit of damage. Maybe I should go for Psychic Frog. Should I go for Psychic Frog? Maybe I should. Because I'm taking 6 here, which means I go to 8. I mean, I guess 8's not... Maybe 8's not bad. Yeah, maybe 8's not bad. This is 9 damage. Even if a Psychic Frog comes down, we do have I don't think there isn't gonna be enough. Yeah, so ideal 9, Flash in, Orcish Bowmaster. The Treasure Cruise. They're still 1 short, even if it lands. But if they don't have a way to deal with this Orcish Bowmaster right now, then opponent's dead. Okay. Alright, let's have 2 copies of Thoughtseize. I think that's it. Like, maybe a copy of a Sheldred's Edict. I'm gonna cut a copy with Troll. Maybe thinking like a looting and a entomb. Or maybe like 2 entombs and like a looting. I mean, they could have... They have a... Yeah, they have a Orcish Bowmaster. So maybe I'll have entomb instead of a looting. And we'll try this. Okay. Seems like they have... something to do on turn 1, but they decided to pass. It must be a fatal push. It must be a fatal push. Unless it's like a... maybe a stifle, even? Yeah, maybe even a stifle. Oh, a spell pierce, right? Spell pierce. Could be a spell pierce. Maybe I want to go... oh, okay. That's really good. I'll shock this in. I'll grief. Do I grief a fatal push or... yeah, let's actually get rid of a fatal push here. Oh, it's a stern scolding. It's a stern scolding. Okay, sure. I'll play the Baragoyf now. I had some plays there, like if they, you know... okay, Psychic Frog's not very relevant. If I can attack with the Baragoyf. Maybe I should actually get rid of a Fable in this matchup because of like Stern Scoldings and stuff like that. It's kind of dangerous to play the Fable looting if I don't get a land. Guess I'm passing. I'm gonna flash in Orcish Bowmaster. Okay, Swords of Plowshare. They had a lot of interactions. Also, if Fable actually went to the graveyard, this member wouldn't have worked either. Okay, we're drawing so bad, so I guess we have no choice but to just play this out. Let's see what they had. Okay, so they just had a bunch of brainstorms on turn 1. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, so it seems like Fable is not the way to go against that deck. I mean, is it though? They have... it is a... it's still technically like a 2-for-1, like it's still really good. I think we just do it again, honestly. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. Turn to Fable. Hydroponics Architect. Let's get rid of that. I'll just go Fable here. And if they do have a Force of Negation, that's fine, because still, yeah, 2-for-1. Saint Alenda, that's a good card that we can just put into the graveyard with the Fable. Okay, good time to reanimate. Really good time to reanimate. Well, it would have been. I'll play another Fable here. And all looting. Well, maybe getting a troll down wouldn't be too bad, like next turn. Okay, that's actually really good. I guess I don't really need to play this. They have to deal with this board. What to do? The thing is, they have a Swords to Plowshare. I'll do it on opponent's turn because I want to see what they do with this this mana. I'd rather tax opponent on opponent's turn if they want to use the swords. Okay, so they got a swords. Opponent passes. Okay, that's really good. We're just gonna keep attacking. And we're gonna play the troll here. Boom. And we have a Kikijiki plus a troll next turn. I'm sure what opponent has in their hand is like a bunch of like force negations. Alright, GG's. Okay. Decent hand. It's this kind of deck. Dark Depths. I don't really have an answer to Dark Depths. So that's kind of bad. Let me take a look at opponent's hand. It'll tell me if I have to Fatal Push or Deathray Shaman. So they just have it. Okay. That's pretty bad. I also can't play the Urborg here, otherwise I lose. So yeah, I mean, looks really bad. Looks really, really bad, doesn't it? I think I'd probably just lose. I don't see a way out. Opponent's just probably going to get Yabi Maya. And then Dark Depths. Oh, they didn't do that. Interesting. Oh, they can play 2 cards here. Well, we have 1 shot. And we didn't get it. So what needed to happen was I get Looting or Reanimate. And then we get Saint Alenta and then put it on Thespian stage. I guess that actually doesn't work either because they have a Elvish Reclaimer. I mean, not technically since I have a Fatal Push on it. But yeah, I think we lost here. Right, GG's. Because I don't see a way out, right? I don't see a way out. Because I'm never gonna be able to kill that 2020. Right. Mono green, mono green. Disruptor Flute. And I want a Sarah's Emissary so that they can't attack. I have protection from creature. Saint Alenda is good. Fatal Push is good. Edict is good. Bowmaster is okay because they play 1 ring. I think Grief actually is bad. I'll have a Magus. Go down on a Fable and a Barragoyf. Maybe I'll try this. Okay, we have a Magus here. Question is, am I gonna be able to get there before they transform? Am I gonna be able to get there before it transforms? Into a fast, Worry Zone Guard. Alright, so we have an Entomb Reanimate, but I think I kinda want... Is there a way they can actually win through this? The reason why I want to do it right now is because opponent could have crop rotation. Yup. Alright, so opponent seen my tech. It is it is a pretty crazy tech actually. Also, opposition agent actually might be really good against them, thinking about it. I'm gonna go down on another copy of a Fable. Also, opponent didn't see my Magus. I'll go down on a copy of a Troll. Pretty safe hand, but I don't think I can mulligan. It's just too good. Like, the card quality here is really good. Opposition agent. Okay, we're gonna agent here. Okay, so first bad sign from opponent. I think opponent might have a crop rotation. Okay, we're gonna pass. Dismember. It seems like they have a crop rotation. Yeah, they have a stop here. This is bad. Why is my opponent playing around opposition agent so hard? Makes no sense. Yeah, makes no sense. Oh, thank God. That's really good. So maybe I just flash in opposition agent because I have a Sheldress Edict. Oh, what if it's just another Dismember? It could just be another Dismember. Yeah, it seems like it's just another Dismember. Yeah, but Thespian stage now. Yeah, look, they have a crop rotation. I need a fetch land. Nice. Attack. This is actually becoming quite problematic. Like especially if opponent has like more of these cards, you know? Let's just hope that that's not the case. Each opponent sacrifices a creature token of their choice. Oh man. That was too much. That was too much. Alright, so we took a look at this deck today. We went like a 5 and 3, which isn't like anything too spectacular. So I actually started out with Chrome Mox, which did make the Locke a little bit better, getting this card out, since the Ancient Tomb actually doesn't synergize too well with the Locke. But the Chrome Mox was just way too bad. We were just going down on way too many card disadvantage with Ancient Tomb, Chrome Moxes, and the Grief. So as you can see, like we are going down on a lot of cards here. So eventually I kind of had to get rid of the Chrome Mox. So that's why, you know, some of the earlier decks that you see might actually have some Chrome Moxes in there, but I eventually actually took it out, which made Locke a little bit worse because you can't really play this card on turn 2 anymore outside of a Deathray Shaman. Oftentimes than not, we would have hands like Ancient Tomb, a land, and Grief, right? What ends up happening is because I see I have a Ancient Tomb, and because I see I have one color source, I often just get rid of this with the Grief, which isn't actually like the worst thing I've ever seen. It's still pitched to a Grief, which is like good, but I kind of wanted to see this card in action a little bit more, but we didn't really get to see that today. Outside of that, the Entomb into Reanimate did win me some games, but a lot of the times we weren't able to find Entombs and Reanimates together, and oftentimes I did draw into a bunch of Entombs without being able to Reanimate, which was also pretty bad as well. So one time against an energy, we did have Entomb into Reanimate, and that did win me the game instantly because I was able to put Iona down on the battlefield. Other times we had Entomb into Reanimate into Sarah's Emissary versus Mono Green Dark Depths. That also won me the game instantly as well, because we had Sarah's Emissary. If you just choose protection from creature, you just kind of win the game. So I do think potentially there's something here, but maybe we are kind of diverting the deck a little bit too much into mid-range with like Orcish Bowmasters, Fable, Baragoyf, and Locke, that maybe we're trying to do too many things at once, and potentially the deck wants to just be Reanimate deck, just focusing on Reanimate. Like maybe we need like more copies of Reanimate in the deck, like Life and Death, perhaps. I think that's kind of where I'm at with the deck. I do think the Locke does synergize pretty well in the deck, but again, it does rely pretty heavily on the Deathray Shaman surviving, so the Locke comes down on the battlefield. If the Locke does end up on the battlefield, it does get a lot of values. Like, it is really good. And, you know, being able to put cards into the graveyard means that it has very strong synergy with Reanimate. That's kind of the whole point with the Locke. So I think potentially we are missing some more Reanimate spells in the deck to kind of abuse, you know, Locke and Baragoyf milling. So yeah, definitely ways to improve, in my opinion. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.